Ron?
Yep.
Oh, hey, good morning. Good morning. This is Veterans Views Radio Show. I'm Donna. I'm here with Steve and Rocky. And welcome to the show for all our citizen soldiers and vets and people who are veteran supporters alike. So today, I would like to talk about there's a new bill making its way through Congress. It's not out of committee yet, but we got to stop this bill. It is H.R. 6047. It's a federal bill. It's not a state bill. And there are good parts on it. There are very bad parts on it. The good parts are it's going to increase the amount of money that disabled veterans get by $10,000 a year, which I think we can all agree is a great benefit.
Yes, we can.
And it's also going to increase the DIC, the dependency and indemnity compensation. It's also going to increase that. So this is the first time this has been a non-inflation increase in years, which I think is wonderful. It's great. What's not so great is the way they're going to pay. They want to pay for it. Our government, in its infinite wisdom, has decided that veterans should pay for this benefit. So now we're going to have disabled veterans paying for a benefit increase for other veterans, which is, I can't even believe they're even considering it. So what it has to do with is the Veteran Home Loan Program. If you are rated 10 to 70% and you refinance after August 1st of next year, if this bill passes, let's say, for example, you have a $300,000 loan. Now you would be required to pay $9,900 in a fee. This fee is something that you do not have to pay today. But next year, you would have to pay for it. Now, it doesn't affect the first time you buy a home. It comes if you sell that home and buy another one with a VA loan. So.
Oh, tell them the best part. Tell them how long it lasts for.
Oh, yeah. It only lasts for, the benefit increase only lasts for 10 years. Or, 5 years. So I don't know if they're going to reduce your benefit in 5 years or not. But the fee lasts for 10 years. So there'll be 5 years where they're collecting a fee that doesn't go to any benefits. So it doesn't make any sense to me. And they're not putting any new money up for this. But yet what this bill is going to cost is like 6 days of what the Pentagon spends. It's only 6 days worth of Pentagon spending. This is basically cutting benefits for 3.8 million veterans. All right.
Wow.
Yeah. So you have Section 2A, which is the aid and attendance. It's going to increase $833 a month, or about $10,000 a year for vets receiving aid and attendance. Awesome. They've been needing to increase this for a long time.
Yeah, they have.
So the enhanced DIC and COLA will go up 4%. That's in Section 2B of this bill. Section 3 is where the financing comes in. And whenever they take away your benefits, they start small, and pretty soon you don't have any at all.
Yeah.
And that's the way they work, So if you're rated at 10 to 70%, disability, you lose your free exemption for the fee.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So
I hate all those nuances that
I know.
they have.
Because right now you can use your VA loan over and over and over again and not have to pay fees. So you buy a house, you don't pay a fee. You sell that house, you buy another house with a VA loan, you don't pay a fee.
Okay.
And we all know that your VA home loan has to be your primary residence.
Yeah.
So you can't buy rental property. They have other programs for that.
Yeah.
So this, like I said, this is going to put vets against vets, and if you're a veteran, why would you do a VA loan and have to pay this fee if you can get it cheaper with an FHA or conventional or something like that? So you're going to lose that benefit completely. They're eventually going to take it away. I see it coming. And what really gets me is we just spent billions, hundreds of billions of dollars sending money to Israel and the Ukraine. But yet we can't take care of our veterans. They have no problem sending our young people to die in foreign countries, but when they come back damaged, they don't want to pay for it. And that's what really gets me. So like I said, this bill is going to be the total of this bill is 0.5% of the defense budget. 0.5%, not even a whole percent. So
they're trying to pass a $900 billion defense budget.
Yeah.
So we're creeping up to $1 trillion.
Yeah.
But it's tough for me to swallow when, you got all this money going into defense, and God knows where it's going. There's a 3,000-page document relaying out the new $900 billion proposal. That who's got time to go through 3,000 pages unless that's your full-time job. But I will say the whole concept of robbing Peter to pay Paul is what they're trying to do. So, yes, it's good on this end of the scope that in certain aspects of the disability chain, you're getting more compensation. Totally a good thing. Needs to happen. But you don't need to rob Peter and pay Paul to make that happen.
Yeah.
Right.
So what you're doing is now you're debilitating the ability of non-disabled veterans. Okay, you don't have to be disabled to get a VA loan, right?
Right.
So you're debilitating even further the ability for this younger generation to buy homes.
And that seems to be the plan.
Right?
Yeah.
So a lot of people join the military. And even me, when I was in my young 20s, I used a VA loan.
Yeah.
And it helped me incredibly be able to establish my house and my family and move into the – we're having generational issues here. And I think that's just furthering the gap of – a bigger issue of what I think is the younger generation growing into maturity, buying homes, and building families.
Absolutely.
And veterans in particular have that good solidified work base and work ethic that a lot of the younger generation's lacking. So, yes, want to give more money to the disabled veteran community. Don't want to rob our youth and rob the opportunity of non-disabled veterans, whether they're young or old, to establish a life by utilizing the VA loan. Mm-hmm. And then they're going to be feed right out of it. Like you said, if I got to pay $10,000, I'm building a house currently right now. My plan is to refinance with a VA loan.
Right.
Like in a year or so.
Okay.
So when I hear August of 2026, I'm like, oh, that's right around the time I want to refinance. If I got to pay $10,000, I'm not using a VA loan.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
Wow.
And I bet there's a lot of veterans that feel the same way.
Right.
And if you want to chime in on this discussion, you can call us at
219-845
1100.
219-845
1100.
So we do have some pretty genuine prospects out there that are subject matter experts in the real estate market. One, for example, Scott Swinsford. And I wanted him to give us a ring to see if he has any thoughts on the subject. Because as we go through our list, we're going to go through here in just a second of our contributors. We have a lot of people that might have some real expertise on the subject.
Yeah.
This is a big deal.
It's a huge deal.
And I don't know if necessarily our goal is to say, hey, this needs to stop from happening, but I think that we need to get the representation inside of this bill to maybe pick it apart. We want, I think, and this is probably a collaborative thought, that we want to grow the benefits of our disabled veterans, but we want to do it without debilitating our non-disabled veterans.
Absolutely. And I think, isn't Frank Mervan on the Veterans Committee? So this bill is still in committee. I don't know where he stands on it yet, but if he answers my letter, I will. So I'll update when I have that. Oh, we have a caller. Go ahead, caller. You're on WJOB Veterans Views.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hi. Can you hear me?
You're on the radio, sir.
Oh, I'm on the radio. Okay, this is Joey Payank. How are you guys?
Hey, Joe.
Good. How you doing, Joey?
I'm doing okay. How about you, Steve? Good morning. Thanks so very much, my friend. I appreciate what you're doing for me. I really appreciate your kindness, okay?
Yeah, no problem, man. No problem.
I'm just calling to remind everybody about the breakfast tomorrow morning. For the Veterans Breakfast we have on the second Saturday of the month, okay? We all meet, a whole bunch of veterans from all different groups, all different branches, and we just have breakfast together. And, we have a nice time talking about the new, the old, and everything else mixed up in the thing. And if anybody has any announcements and stuff like we do that. But we're meeting tomorrow morning at Cafe Stellios, 7454 South Broadway, 8 a.m. and stuff like that. And come join your veterans. If it's your first time and stuff like that, bring a friend with you, or bring another veteran with you. We do this just for veterans only. But bring somebody with you if you want, if you're not sure. But a whole bunch will get together, and they let us have that whole big room from like 7:30 in the morning, 8 o'clock until 11 o'clock and stuff like that. So it's just a real big, nice get-together breakfast and camaraderie with your fellow vets.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Sounds great.
We'll put that out again at the end of the show to make
Yep.
sure that, because I got that little advertisement that there was a mass text on,
Yeah.
which is great.
Yep.
I went there. Joey bought me like a gyro omelet, excellent little joint, and then I talked to some World War II veterans.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I mean,
Gyro omelet,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like feta cheese.
Yes, he's not going to be there. He's got a definitely. He's got to go all the way to Palatine, Illinois. So Steve won't be there. Our World War II vet. He won't be there tomorrow morning.
Oh, okay.
But he's got to travel all the way to Palatine for a brother-in-law. I think he lost or something. He called and let me know, and I said, okay. So let the folks know. But yeah,
Well,
he's a good
maybe we
character.
can get Steve Bramer, the Steve
Yeah,
Bramer,
that'd be
out
nice.
of bed.
Good luck with that.
Steve Bramer, the same goes to you. If you make it to breakfast, I'll be glad to buy your first breakfast for you. I really would.
There we go.
Oh,
Hey,
the challenge is on.
Free gyro omelet, man.
There you go. Whatever you want. Whatever you want in the menu, it's yours to pick from. Okay, so that just okay. As a thanks. Okay, so
All right, yeah,
hope
thanks
you
for
guys
calling
can-
in, Joey.
Donna, all the rest. Hope you can make it. And Chief Warrant Officer Rockwell. Hope to see you tomorrow morning. Okay, sir.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you.
All right,
Thanks,
thanks,
Joey.
Semper
It's,
Fi,
it's
brother.
too early to even respond.
Hey, we got
to
another
that.
caller. Go ahead, caller. You're on WJOB Veterans Views.
Hey, good morning, Scott Swinford. How are you?
Hey, Scott. Good
Hey.
morning. Yeah, all right.
Got a
Good
hold of-
morning.
So we were
Morning.
just talking about subject matter experts, and there's a new bill. Donna, I don't know if you heard the beginning of the show, but Donna has been going over a very elaborate bill that is kind of robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Yeah.
And since we were talking about VA loans, I thought we could have one of our actually experts on the
Yeah.
call. So thanks for calling in, Donna. If you would give Scott a little spin up of what we're kind of chatting about.
Yeah, they want to. The good part of the bill is they're going to increase benefits for disabled veterans. They're going to give them more money every year, which is wonderful. That's what they need. That's what they deserve. The problem is how they're going to pay for it. What they're going to do is it does not affect the first time you use your VA home loan. It affects everyone after that. So when you do your VA home loan, let's say, for example, you have a $300,000 loan, you're going to have to pay $10,000 in fees, which is right now, as we all know, you don't have to pay those fees. So those fees are going to fund the increase that the disabled veterans are going to get, which, in my opinion, is that's bad. You're going to have veterans paying for our own benefits,
Yeah,
which
pretty
I
much.
think is ridiculous. The government's supposed to be paying for that. They're the ones that send us off to fight in wars.
I got a conspiracy theory about this, but we'll talk about that in a minute.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So what are your
Hey, you know
thoughts?
what,
Have
that's-
you looked into this at all, Scott?
And it's Bill
Well-
HR 6047. It's still in committee, thank God. It hasn't come out of committee yet.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be honest with you, this is the first that I've heard of it, and I've just looked it up as you said that, Jerry. So, is it, now they have the guarantee fee on there. So if you don't have a service-connected disability, you do pay a guarantee fee. And on the first time use of it, it's 2.15%.
Right.
And on the second time and subsequent, it's 3.3%. So that would be, on that $300,000 loan, that would be just about $10,000 right there is what it
Wow.
would cost.
That's for a
If they
refinance?
don't have at least,
Or
well,
initial?
that is it's a purchase or a refinance. Now, an IRL, the interest rate reduction refinance loan, that's actually at 0.5%, so that's much less.
Okay.
But if you're
So
buying
this-
your
this
first
is a
house,
new
it's
thing?
2.15%.
Because I
No,
never
this is
remember
not
paying this
new.
for. The last time I got a VA loan was probably 8 years ago. I don't know if I paid that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, no, this is not a new thing. Oftentimes what happens is it just sort of gets buried into the loan amount.
Okay.
So if they're charging you, say an extra on a $200,000 loan, say an extra, $4,300, they just include that and you finance it in. So you're actually borrowing, if you're not having a down payment, you're actually borrowing like 102.15% of the loan.
That's crazy.
But I've not heard this. I'll certainly take a look at it, and I can get back to you guys
so I
and
guess
look
we can
around a
ask
little
you,
bit.
How is your feeling on number one? I'm sure you're in support of raising disabled veterans payments, right? For certain aspects of that. I think everybody can get behind that. But your thought on them activating a higher fee to the VA loan program, non-disabled related, raising a fee in that so that they can pay disabled veterans more. I don't know if everybody would be in agreement of that. What are your thoughts there?
Yeah, and again, just you kind of sprung this up on me, but off the top of my head, I don't think that that some small group of veterans need to be responsible for increased fees to pay other veterans.
Yeah.
I don't think that should go veteran to veteran. I don't think the veteran should be responsible for that.
Yeah, agreed.
Yep, I agree.
Agreed. So
Absolutely.
yeah, let's dive deeper into this subject, and maybe we could reach out to Frankie over there in Congress and
Yeah.
Frankie.
find out what's going on. Some of our local politicians up here in the region, they've got some pull.
Yeah.
They've got some pull, and they're friends of the show. So
Yeah.
if any of them are listening, give us a call and let us know any more insight. So, thanks for the call, Scott.
Yeah, thanks
Yeah,
a lot,
Sorry to
Scott.
put you on the spot, man.
Hey, it's all good. We do this all day, is just answering questions like, wow, I never thought of that, but let's figure it out together. So,
Yeah.
And by
that's
the way,
great.
I just looked you up on Facebook. You look quite well in your Facebook profile picture. I said, is that Scott? Is that AI? I said, this guy's looking
Is that
good.
AI?
Oh man.
It's a filter.
I am getting better with AI.
Yeah.
Aren't we all? Another thing in this bill too is the pay increase for the disabled vets is for 5 years, but the fee lasts 10 years.
Okay. So there's
So-
5 years overlap.
Yeah, exactly.
And then why?
Why? What are they going to
Yeah.
do with that money?
Right.
And then the next bill that comes out, they're going to increase. They're going to increase the fee
Yeah.
if this goes through.
Yeah. Well, Scott,
So-
I'm hoping that the Fed just lowered the rate this week. I'm hoping that they continue to lower it in 2026, but it's looking dull. But let's see if the bank rate or the prime rate can come down, and then I can refinance next year, and hopefully before this bill makes
Yeah,
my fees
hopefully it
go
won't
up.
pass.
Right.
But I'll be calling you, Scott. You're the guy.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you guys, and that's pretty much the way I am. I'm just gonna tell you as I feel it. The last 2 days look pretty good after the Fed lowered the funds rate, and the last two times before that, mortgage rates actually went up.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of it has to do with the way that the Fed chairman talks. What he says, his comments.
Yeah,
Last 2
tone of
days look
voice.
good. Wednesday, Thursday look good. Right now they're down 9 basis points, and they closed down a little bit last night too. So, rumor has it they're talking about one cut next year. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and one cut even. I mean, gosh, if it's only a 0.25, or love to see him cut it 0.5%. But like you said, the Fed has so much influence on the prime rate or the bank rate. Just because the Fed lowers the rate doesn't mean the interest rates are going to come down.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
the intention,
Yeah.
right? But that
Doesn't mean they have to.
All the variables with inflation and unemployment rate and everything come into play. And I tell you, the banks like to charge you more interest. So
Yep.
unless
absolutely.
there's a crisis in the housing market completely to where there's too much inventory and not enough people buying, which I think could corroborate with potentially extra fees in the VA loan, it's going to slow down purchasing. It's
Yeah.
already slowed.
Yeah.
Quite a bit,
That's what I was gonna say. It seems like it's slowed.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you got houses listed longer now. You got more inventory on the market. So then what happens is that creates competition, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so then all of a sudden it's a buyer's market to where they have more options, and the seller can't say, "Hey, you know what? I'm standing firm on this price, but my
Right.
house has been listed for a year."
Yeah.
Um,
Right.
So we'll see what happens as hopefully the rate comes down, more refinances will be available, and then more people will be willing to sell, right? Because why would you sell and get rid of your 3% interest rate currently to go jump into a 6.25,
Exactly.
whatever it is, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I feel like there's a lot of people in that position right now.
but all correlated to the bill of what we're talking about is how are you going to rob Peter to pay Paul, debilitate further the ability of veterans, non-disabled veterans, to get a loan on a house and utilize the VA benefit,
Absolutely.
because the VA benefit is intended to be better
Yeah.
than an FHA or conventional loan. That's why I used it.
Yeah,
because
that's why
I didn't have
used
a
it
down
too.
payment. I didn't have
Yeah.
high fees and closing costs, stuff
Right.
like that. And if they start hacking away at that, it's just going to slow things down even
Yeah.
further, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So,
And they'll keep hacking away at it.
Yeah, it's the best loan program we offer by far, and it's basically for you, the veterans, as a way of saying thank you.
Yeah.
I don't think that they need that they should take this very lightly. If there's a really good reason that they need to do it, they need to explain that, and then put it out for the public to decide.
yeah. All right, Scott. Well, thanks for the call.
Yeah, thank you,
Thanks
Scott.
for calling in Veterans Views. You're a friend of the show.
All right, you're very welcome. Y'all have a great day.
And if you get more information, feel free to call
Yeah.
another time or whatever if we get more information on this.
I'm going to be looking it up. I will know a little bit more even today. Thanks.
All right, thanks,
So,
Scott.
I just found the wordage for this.
Yeah.
It says veterans with a disability rating of 70% or below who use their VA home loan benefit a second time for a new primary residence would be charged a fee.
Yep.
And it'd be collected as revenue to fund the expansion.
Yeah.
So this is where my conspiracy theory comes in. You know how the CBO every year comes out with their recommendations?
Yeah.
Well, on those recommendations is always to eliminate from like 10% to 30% any kind of monetary compensation. Okay? This is kind of a way of doing that without doing it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like it's and you're getting a lot more people too. I receive special monthly compensation, which is a part of this bill.
Yeah.
And I receive $400 extra a month, and it's called housebound. You can either get it because you're homeless or you get it because you stay home all the time, you never leave your house.
Okay.
So it's they want to increase that from the 400 to like $833
Yes.
a month.
Yep.
Which is like $10,000 annually, which is huge.
Yeah.
And they want to open it up too to like a lot of was traumatic brain injury, paralysis. So they want to open it up to a lot of things, which is good. It could be a good thing. Man, I don't know. It just
What gets me is it's yes, it's a lot of money, but in the big scheme of things, like Rocky was saying, in the Pentagon budget, it's only 6 days of Pentagon spending. And we're talking about our Pentagon that can't pass an audit.
right.
Where's these billions of dollars going? Nobody knows, which is ridiculous. But
I
it's a
do
whole
like.
other issue.
I'm not gonna lie. I do like that they're finally addressing the DIC.
Yeah,
DIC has been stagnant at the same rate for
years.
years.
I think since the 90s.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
And for those that don't know, DIC is for widows and
yes.
family, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Because
So-
the widow doesn't receive the whole. You have to be 100% for 10 consecutive years for your spouse to get a part of your disability when you pass,
Okay.
and that's what DIC is.
Yeah. Well, it's also for, I know this bill is named after one of the helicopter pilots that was killed in Mogadishu, Black Hawk Down.
I knew that name looked familiar.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, another vet who's 100% disabled who got hit, and he is wheelchair bound. He can't speak. His parents take care of him. Yes, by God, they need that money. Those people need that money, and I think we could all agree. We've already said that we're all for that.
Yeah.
But every time it comes to doing anything for veterans, the government wants to go cheap,
Yeah.
or they want they don't want to pay it at all, which is obviously here they don't want to pay it. Oh, we don't have the money. We don't have the money. But we can send hundreds of billions of dollars to other countries.
Yeah.
We send billions of dollars to not just Israel and Ukraine, but all kinds of countries. We send money to almost every country in the world. And it's ridiculous. We can't take care of our own people, but we're sending money all over the place.
Well, we were talking about Israel, right?
Yeah.
So Israel, we were talking about they get free health care.
They get free health care,
And then what was the other one?
free college, and they get some kind of pension as well. And that's paid for by the United States.
I mean, and
But we don't pay for that for our own people.
I know.
I just can't
I
stand it.
know.
It's just
400 million of the new bill, 400 million for Ukraine security assistance.
yeah.
Looking at some of the details, the House passed it. Obviously, has to go through Senate, but the GOP issued summary of the legislation says they authorized 291 these billions of dollars.
Yeah.
291 billion for maintenance and operations. That could be anything.
Yeah.
Anything.
Well,
I'm sure there's 3,000 pages on that.
You know, I've read, speaking of maintenance, I've read that we are having to outsource a lot of our maintenance on our battleships, our submarines,
Oh yeah,
our equipment
There's no doubt.
going to foreign countries to get fixed because we don't have enough people in this country to fix it.
Well, there's no doubt that a lot
That's
of
because they eliminate all these jobs
Yep.
in the military.
Yep.
291. Let's see, 234 billion for military personnel and healthcare. That's a good number.
Yep.
162 billion for procurement.
They're going to
Could
buy
be.
new stuff.
Yeah, 146 billion for research and development. So procurement and research and development obviously different.
Yeah.
Similar, I suppose. 34 billion for nuclear defense programs. 20 billion for military construction and family housing. Okay, 20 billion. I mean, think about these billions. We're talking billions.
Billions.
Billions of dollars.
Yeah.
Right.
You want to know where some of that is? I just read they are building the 31st Virginia class sub. I didn't even know we had that many subs,
I didn't either.
let alone just
awesome.
one class.
A 3.8% pay raise for military.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Last year, E4 and below got like a 15%. While I
Really?
was overseas, yes, some of their
Oh,
Wow.
yeah, I
their
remember
it
that.
was a nice
Yeah. Wow.
pay raise for those guys, and they
Wow.
need it
Big
too
deal.
because non-NCOs or non-officers, E4 and below in most ranks of the military, they are like they're like poverty levels.
Yeah.
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 Like you're talking like 32 grand a year.
Some of them are
I
on
mean,
food stamps.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so they need these programs.
Right,
that,
exactly.
You can't rob that generation.
Right.
We're struggling to get
That's
up and
how
out
you
of mom and dad's house.
Yeah.
That's how you
Yeah.
get bad retention.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, my kids
Exactly.
are 18, and my wife said, "Oh no, if they're okay, if you're going to college to be a doctor, you can stay in the house till you're 24 or whatever. And
Yeah.
get through college.
Yeah.
But other than that,
See ya.
you're 18 out of high school. You either join the military or you figure it out, kid.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess it's an old school way of thinking, but that's kind of
Yeah, I get it.
You know.
I was going through some boxes recently, and I found my old leave and earning statements, my old LESs.
Oh.
Oh my God! I made $400 a month. Back in the
Oh, that's
back in
so
the 80s.
bad.
I know.
yeah. That
And you
is.
think about back in like the Vietnam era, the Vietnam vets. If I was making $400, they were probably making $300 a
Oh,
month in a
yeah.
combat zone.
So, Steve, you probably relate. When I was a private and I would go to drill, like a 2-day drill, like Saturday and Sunday, as a private, my paycheck was like $100.
Oh, yeah, it was
Yeah.
like 100, 130.
And it wasn't even worth driving to like South Bend and back.
None
you
at
know,
all.
to get that 2 days for like it was terrible. So like you have to rank up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, I've been in
absolutely.
17 years now. My 2-day drill, I'm not going to announce on the rate. It's pretty decent.
Yeah, it's
but
a lot better.
It
Lot
helps
better than
me out
$100.
quite a bit. But these privates coming in with no years of, service and you're starting at a base pay, and it's just not enough.
I mean,
you know?
I could get like when you first join, when you're E1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
But if you're in for 2 or 3 years, I mean,
Yeah,
you
you
should
get-
be getting something.
You start getting hopefully a little bit better. a paycheck
Substantial.
now, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think, in my opinion, when you're on active duty, I don't care whether you're in a combat zone or not. I don't think you should have to pay federal taxes.
Yeah.
I agree with that one.
Yeah. I don't.
Well, it's been nice late. I mean, Indiana. It's not every state, but I haven't been paying state taxes for a couple years now.
That's
Really?
interesting. I remember when they passed that. So that is a big benefit, huh?
Oh, it's pretty nice. Yeah,
Nice.
it's a maybe
Does that
$1,000 a year or something. I don't have to.
does that
mess with.
include state taxes? That's state taxes.
Just state?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
It
is
doesn't
state.
include the county and all the other little taxes.
No, there's nothing in the state. I don't pay anything on my
Really?
LES for
Oh,
state.
nice.
Anything in Indiana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was nice when I was overseas. It was federally tax free. So
yeah, that's even better.
certain locations overseas.
That is awesome.
That was
I
pretty
remember
sweet.
that. Mm.
And that goes by your home of record. It doesn't go by where you're stationed, right?
Yeah, you just home a record. If you're in certain areas in the world, it's federally tax free when you're deployed.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Absolutely.
crazy how
Yeah.
that works.
Yeah. Because technically, you're paying taxes to pay your own salary too.
Yeah.
Well, so that I think that's part
Well,
of
it's
their
weird
reasoning.
because they still take the taxes out, and then you get paid back those taxes on the next check. So it's like,
that's
yeah,
weird.
That's weird.
it's like your check's not the same every time because one check you get taxes taken out, and then the next check it's like way better because you get all those taxes back on that check.
Wow.
And it's another rob Peter to pay Paul thing.
Yeah.
Like, why are we even paying the taxes at all when we know we're getting them back? Just don't
So you're
take
giving
them.
the government a free loan.
well, that's what I don't
Pretty much.
understand.
Yeah.
Like a free 2-week loan or whatever.
Like
You
when
pay
you
twice
were
a month.
gone, right? Why were you paying state tax? You weren't here. You know?
I wasn't paying state tax.
No, well, I'm just saying back then. That's I didn't
back
understand.
then, yeah.
Yeah.
You
Right,
know?
older deployment.
It just didn't make
Yeah.
no sense to me. But
Yeah, that's
Yep.
true. But we got to push forward with the benefits, and we got to refine and retune and make sure, as a community, the DAV, the VFWs, the American Legions, we have a big voice out there on
Yeah.
Capitol Hill, whether it be state level, federal level, and we have to make sure that we're on top of things like this. That's that committee, that our representation is fully educated
Yeah.
on the
And it's-
details.
And it's
right?
hard to stay up on this
Yeah.
stuff because there's
It is.
so much of it.
Yeah.
And the way it's written is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like a foreign
know,
language.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. And
well, and I think they do that on purpose.
Oh,
to be
yeah,
Of course
honest
they
with
do.
you.
yeah,
Yeah.
they don't want us paying attention. And
Yeah.
like I've said this many times. If we're fighting with each other, then we're not fighting them. And I don't. I think
Yeah.
That's
true.
true.
And putting veterans against veterans is not good. Because as veterans, regardless of what service you're in or when you served, we come together and in a big way.
Yeah.
We may
Yeah.
pick on each other service to service. That's
Well-
fine. But when somebody attacks one of us,
It's
we're coming for you.
yeah, and that's something that it's tough to compare the relationships that you build in the military, because the amount of time that you spend with people, with your battle buddies, to the left and right of you, like how much time have you spent with those people in your life, and compared to anybody else, even friends you grew up with in high school, like the time you spend in the military, like you're sleeping together, you're eating together, you're spending entire days together, you're planning together. That's it. Like it, and then your relationship is. I could go back 15 years to people I hung out with when I was a private, and if I seen them to this day, it's like there wasn't a 15-year gap. It's like
Absolutely.
we're back to square one. It's like, holy cow,
Yeah.
what's up? Like let's talk about old times, and
Yeah.
that's there's that
Absolutely.
kind of bond you don't get anywhere else
No.
but in the military.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No.
And part of it goes, I think, too, is because you're depending on your buddies to have your back, and they do.
Yeah.
You're depending on some of them sometimes for your life.
Yeah.
And that's a bond that it's hard to explain
Oh yeah.
what it feels like.
Right. The care
know?
that you have for each other.
Yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely, and that's an unbreakable bond.
Yeah, for sure.
I see veterans. Sometimes if I go to the VA, and I see, I wear a Marine Corps shirt or something, and I'll see another Marine there, and it's like we know each other. Like we don't know each other. We didn't serve together. We're in different generations, but we have the same experiences.
Yeah.
And so it's good to talk. Like you said, you talked to a World War II veteran. It's good to talk to them and get their perspective on different things as well. We can't forget about, those that came before us who paved the way. And being a woman in the military, there were many, many brave, courageous women who paved the way for me.
Yeah.
And I
Oh,
think
yeah.
that I paved the way for others, and it's changed, and some of it's for the better, some of it's not. But, you can't get that anywhere else.
Yeah.
So I think we just need to keep everybody aware of what's, and that's why I like this show so much, and I'm glad I get to be on it more. Is we get to share these things that are actually happening, and to make people aware, and what's going on and what's coming down the pipe. Keep them informed.
This is
you know?
stuff that is going to affect people.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, so it is.
And once it's passed, it's too late.
Yes, that's true.
You know, so we need to be contacting our representative, whether you're in Lake County. If you're in Lake County and Porter County, of course, it's Frank Mervan. I don't know any of the other representatives from LaPorte or.
Oh well, you know,
I
you
don't know
got
who
you
that
got to
is.
get a hold of Frank Mervan now.
Yeah. Because he's on the committee.
He's going to be contested this upcoming year, so
Yeah.
hopefully he's able to retain it. But
Yeah, so on other news, I was talking about the other day about advancements in artificial intelligence, and this is always a fun topic to kind of talk about. So Turkey and the Turkish military land forces, they have advanced unmanned aerial vehicles focusing on autonomy, swarming with AI-powered capabilities.
Uh-oh.
They've already got 45 confirmed kills with artificially intelligently led drones.
are those the
Meaning
Wow.
that they're
Iranian
There's
ones
no
that
people
they're
involved in the decision making?
No people in the decision-making
Ooh.
process. 45 confirmed kills with these drones. The Turkish are letting it eat. Like they're getting it out there, and
Wow.
these drones are making the decisions in these confliction fields, these battlefields, you might say, who to kill and who to live.
See, the problem with that is
Ooh.
you kill the wrong person, who's held accountable?
Nobody.
Well,
The machine, you're going to put the
Yeah.
machine in jail? You know,
I don't,
like
Yeah.
I don't know exactly the details of it, but it's something. It's just like it's here, right?
yeah.
These autonomous vehicles that are making their own decisions are here, and it's much further along than people think.
I thought you were talking about the United States has they recovered some Iranian kamikaze drones and they have reverse engineered it. Now
Yeah.
we have our own kamikaze drones.
Huh.
So
Wow.
And did these people not watch Terminator?
Yeah,
know?
right.
right.
I mean,
mean-
it's for real. It's crazy.
It's here, like you said, and like you said, it's far more advanced than people realize.
Yeah, and they're talking about so China has a plan by 2029 to have 10,000 humanoid robots to every 100,000 living people by 2029.
That's
10,000
crazy.
living robot like
That's crazy.
robots that are walking around. I don't know, you got to Google it, but look up the Tesla robot.
Yes, I was just going to bring that up.
They're
about-
at
yeah.
like parties serving drinks. They're for
Yeah.
real. They're walking around
Yeah.
dancing and stuff and like cracking jokes. Like
Scary.
they're like regular people.
Oh
Yeah,
my
and then I read one article that was talking about the AI robots, and the guy was going to shut the robot down, and the AI robot lied to him about something,
To
so he
stay
wouldn't
up.
get shut down.
Wow.
So I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
God,
No.
yes, that freaked me out.
Oh yeah, no, and you don't you never know where it's gonna go, that rabbit hole,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like it's always been science fiction to this point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got to open your eyes to it. It's the next level of military combat. It's the next level of defense. It's what we have to protect ourselves from.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just hunting after your social security number.
right.
It's there. It's watching. It's listening.
Well,
It's
it used to be like the stuff
gathering
that,
information that no human could do.
yeah,
You can't sit there and take notes like
Yeah.
artificial intelligence
No.
can.
right.
You know.
Yeah, and it used to be like the stuff that would come out of the military, their technology and stuff. Well, it would come out, but they've been using it for 10 years already.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, before they let the public even know they have it, much less use it.
Yeah. And
So
and-
imagine what they're actually playing with right now.
Well, so another scary part of that topic is that we're starting to seclude ourselves in this country because now these other countries don't want to share intel with us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because of things that we're doing, and it's all political jargon. But you know what? Like, I'm sure there's some strong feelings about it, like how Canada says, "Hey, we're no longer sharing intel with America because what they're doing to these pirates," right? It's like, how is that your decision based off of our? But they're saying that it's international water stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not trying to jump all around here, but
So
it all
I'm happy
kinda
you brought that
correlates.
up because I was kind of curious what you guys thought about that.
So I think, number one, like, other countries do their own thing all the time. Maybe they should stay out of our business, but maybe we should make it not so public if we're going to do things like that.
Yeah.
Because we've done things like that in the past. It's just not mid-public.
Yeah, and it's not like
Not saying it's
you
right.
can debate right or wrong. It's not right to murder people, but it's also not right to bring deadly drugs into our country.
Yeah.
And and this comes down to like capital punishment. Do you put somebody in jail for the next 80 years and pay for them three hots on a cot
Yeah.
Yeah.
with the taxpayer money, or do you just wipe them out of the face of the earth and blow their boat up?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know the answer to that because
I read something about, I can't remember exactly. It was something about maritime law, about how there's a provision that you can do this kind of thing in international waters. I wanted to write down the details, but I got into this other issue. But we can dig deeper into that.
Yeah.
But the thing is that what I don't understand is the reasoning for blowing up these boats is because they're bringing drugs into the country. But then they just pardoned this leader from, what was it, Ecuador, who was in prison in America for bringing drugs into the country. So, I mean, a jury found him guilty. So I don't
Yeah. Why would we
I don't
pardon him?
understand
That's
that.
weird.
I don't
Because
understand the rationale for
I
that.
think this is a good thing. This is the first time that I could see where we're approaching like the drug problem
yeah. Well, it's more than
without
just,
going for like the drug users, right?
It's more than them just bringing like kilos of or quaaludes of cocaine in the country,
Right.
Yeah.
They're bringing fentanyl, like
Yeah.
poison that is killing people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I get, you can debate, hey, drugs are poison too, right? But like this is actually like intended to kill people.
Yeah.
It's not intended to get people high. And so our government acting on that, and then these other governments saying we're no longer sharing intel with you because you're doing that. It's like, okay, every country's got dirt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Let's just find something that we can throw back at you and say, okay, well, we won't share our intel with who's the most powerful country in the world.
Yeah.
Who's the richest country in the world?
Yeah.
You want our intel more than we want Canada's intel. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I guess what I'm saying is that, in my opinion, and this is Veterans Views, right? In my opinion, our country's business is our country's business, and it's always kind of been that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say one thing.
Yeah.
The president that I think you're talking about, he's Honduran.
Oh, Honduran
Yeah.
president. Okay.
Usually I
okay.
wouldn't care, but I'm Ecuadorian, so I just didn't want that.
Oh,
there.
Oh, cool. Good
You know, I had
catch.
to- yeah, I had to go and make sure. But yeah,
Okay.
he's Honduran.
Okay. Thank you.
Awesome.
He's Honduran. All right.
I know
I was-
some Ecuadorians too.
And I like
Yeah.
how he's like approaching it this way, and he's getting the country. I just like how we're trying to approach it where we're trying to get it before it even comes to the United States.
Well,
you know-
South America's always been the wild, wild west.
Yeah.
It's always been, and you can say that. Obviously, nobody knows for sure, but you put pawn leadership into certain positions down there for a reason,
And we've done that.
and we let people out of
Yep.
prison
Yeah.
to
For a
be
reason.
in leadership for a reason
And they're
down
our
there.
friends until they're not. Just look at Noriega.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That's happened quite a few times.
Yeah.
Actually.
I mean, Venezuela's.
Yeah.
It's kind of like and
got
you
oil.
can't compare because Ukraine's minerals rights and stuff
Yeah.
are going to be ours for
Yeah.
all of time.
Mm-hmm.
We don't do nothing for free.
Right. Exactly.
And it might not pay off during our generation, but in the future,
Yeah, it's
the
gonna pay
long
off.
game, Venezuela is a valuable piece of land,
Yes.
although their currency is really bad.
Yeah. It's bad.
No.
Well, if you look to it.
That's bad management.
At
That's why.
Ukraine,
Yeah,
I
that's
just
just-
read an article this morning. I was just kind of browsing the headlines, and a couple people in Ukraine in the cabinet have resigned because of fraud. Because they took the money that we gave them and used them for what it wasn't intended for.
Yeah, there's always talking about like $70 million.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so $70 million in the grand scheme, you're looking at this $900 billion. Like a billion compared to a million is if you do,
Yeah.
like it's incredibly bigger than a million.
Yeah.
Right? A billion is like mind-boggling.
Mhm.
You're talking about 900 billion.
Oh.
Right? So 70 million, okay, but somebody's filthy rich with $70 million.
Absolutely.
And that stuff just disappears going over to Ukraine. Like,
Yeah.
and it's a bad of the eye,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
who knows?
Yeah.
There's probably so much fraud and abuse going with, this. We just read, what was it, 400 million that we just announced off from the new $900 billion
Yeah.
defense bill. So 400 million's heading over there, but
That's a lot. That's a lot of money.
What they've
who's
been
going to
doing with
read
all
the,
that money we've been
who's
giving
going to
them?
read the 3,000-page article that says where it's all going to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is you look at your paycheck
Mm-hmm.
and you say all this taxes are taken. 20% of your paycheck typically is about 20%, and you look at the roads in your county, you look at the stoplights that don't work, and you're like, but 400 million to God knows where.
Yeah. And
I
you
mean,
know, and you look
yeah.
at the fraud in this country right now. What's going on? Millions, hundreds of millions of dollars with the food stamp program in different parts of the country. I read about Maine. I read
in
about
Minnesota.
and
Oh
in
my
Maine.
God! In Maine,
Yeah,
I didn't hear
Maine as
that
well. I
one.
just read an article this morning about Maine, and it's just as bad there. So if it's those two states, it's not just those two states.
No, it can't be.
It can't be.
But it all kind of ties back, and we always come back to veterans' views, and this is a veterans supportive radio show, that
Right.
this fraudulent spending, whether it's in the defense bill or whether it's local taxes, or it all comes back to, why do we have to rob Peter to pay Paul, rob the VA loan program to pay our disabled veterans a livable compensation?
And you answered the question. Why? Because of mismanagement.
Yeah.
Because they're mismanaging the other stuff.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
man.
There's too much fraud.
I told
There's
somebody yesterday,
no
I said,
oversight.
it does make me feel a little bit better that I'm in the military and I get, good health care and I get a paycheck and I feel compensated for my service. It does make me feel a little bit better when I look at my civilian paycheck and I get, 20% of it taken away right off the bat
Yeah.
from taxes.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
getting-
It's
you know
almost
what I
coming
mean?
back to you.
Yeah, but for the majority, I mean,
never
that's
thought of that.
1% that serves in the military.
Yeah.
Currently, right? 1% of the entire population. So the other 99% of our country doesn't feel the same way I do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like I said, we get taxed to pay our own salary when we're on active duty, which I think is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, before we got still a couple more minutes. How much time do we got? 5, 10? 10?
Okay.
So I'm going to read these real quick. I'm going to read the sponsors real quick.
Okay.
Just quick glance over, and then we'll finish up. How's that sound, guys?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, so we want to thank the founding American Legion, Hammond Victory Post 168. They meet the first Tuesday at 6 p.m. at 6849 Columbia Avenue in Hammond. Calumet Breweries, 6535 Osborne Avenue in Hammond. You can reach them at 219-845-2242. Calumet Park Cemetery and Funeral Chapel, always supporting our veterans. You can reach them at 219-769-8803. DAV Chapter 17, they meet the first Thursday, not until February, because January 1st is the next Thursday, at VFW Post 802, 5820 Holman Avenue. DAV Chapter 80, which is tonight they meet, is the second Friday at American Legion Post 261 in Cedar Lake, 13050 Washington Street. DAV Chapter 102, meet the first Friday, Fraternal Order Eagles, 805 Elm Street in Valpo. Laborers International Union, 41, 500 Superior Street. Military Order of the Purple Heart, meet the second Thursday, 7 p.m. And Family Dental Care, they have locations in Chicago's east and south sides. You can reach them at 219-804-9329. Ron J. Pressmer Insurance Company, 219-844-0103. Kuzyak Construction, 1235 Summer Street, 219-923-3007. And Heroes Helping Heroes. You can reach them at 219-670-2501.
And if you have the chance, please use our sponsors if you can. I just use Family Dental. They're good people over there. They're very nice, and when they pulled my tooth, I really didn't feel any pain until the medicine wore off.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, they do good work over there. So
Good.
I'll be using them.
And I've gone to them too.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm real happy with them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I just
So, and
wish-
if you do use them, mention you heard about them on this radio show.
Oh yeah. Maybe
People
they'll
like
give
to
you
hear that
maybe they'll
their
give
money's
you a
going.
bigger discount.
Yeah. But yeah. So any
Well, a couple of things, some things that we want to put out some information. So, sponsored by the North Township Veterans Roundtable. We want to talk about the bus trip next month, January 12th, 2026. Open to active duty military and veterans. Deadline to register Friday, January 9th. So you got a little bit of time. Register to call 219-313-3934. You got to make sure that you hit that. It's important to be, educated on what's going on down there. So, again, we're going to pitch Joey's Veterans Breakfast Saturday, tomorrow, right? December 13th, 8 a.m. at Cafe Stelios in Maryville. And then I've got something coming up in Griffith, Indiana here next week. I believe it's at the Atlas Room. Some very good friends of mine, Skip and Valerie, are the owners of Atlas Room. So help bring our troops home for the holidays. It's a donation event brought to you by Jack Daniels with Operation Ride Home and the local YMCA Armed Services YMCA division there. So there's going to be raffles, giveaways, featured drinks, samplings, and that is at Atlas Room, 6 to 9 p.m., 128 North Broad Street in Griffith, Indiana. I will be there. Atlas Room is my favorite watering hole, so I'm going to give them a little pitch. Help bring our troops home, brought to you by Jack Daniels, Operation Ride Home.
When is that?
December 18th, Thursday, December 18th is a donation event, 6 to 9 p.m. Be there or be square. Bring your military attitude, some donations, and we're going to have some fun. Again, the owners there, Skip and Val, good friends of mine. Love the ambiance at Atlas Room and just great people. So there'll be lots of veterans there.
Okay, cool.
So I would be remiss if I didn't bring this up. Did you hear about that Navy doctor, gynecologist, that they're saying he recorded hundreds of females that
No.
went to see him? Yeah.
Oh, my God.
They started
How did I miss that one?
Active duty Navy?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Started off with only a couple, right? But then
Whoa.
it started coming out. I think it was, my bad, Army.
Army?
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, at Fort Hood. U.S. Army on Tuesday
You know, there's a lot
charged.
of weird
It's always
cruff.
Fort Hood, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff that goes on at Fort Hood.
So this
It's a
was last
deployment
week's.
site.
This was last week's article, right? And it says that the Army charged this OBGYN with secretly filming the medical exams of dozens of people, right?
Wow.
Now the new article says hundreds are starting to come out
Really?
and say, "Hey, yeah."
How do you know if he recorded you, though? I mean,
Mm.
I don't know.
It could be a lot of people just saying, "Oh, that was my doctor," and coming
Well,
forward.
yeah, because when you're in the
you know?
military, a lot of it goes back to a lot of stuff in the military. Women don't report that kind of stuff because nobody's going to believe that the Army doctor recorded you.
That
That's
is really
Wow.
sad.
that's so bad. That's
That is
so
terrible.
bad, man.
I had an Army doctor smack me in the rear one time.
Were
On the
you
way
born
out.
in an Army hospital?
No, it was just like I was like in my 30s. It was only probably like 10 years ago.
He's like, "Looking good, Private."
Oh my God!
smacked me in the butt on the way out. It's like,
Really?
yeah. I was kind of just like, oh, maybe it's a bro thing, you know? I don't know. But then I thought more about it. I was like, this guy's probably like a weirdo or something.
Yeah,
You
that's weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
anyways,
I
I'm
tried-
not trying to lighten that. That's terrible. And,
Yeah,
you know,
it is. I
So-
can't even imagine.
I
Yeah.
can't believe people get away with that kind of stuff, man. And
Yeah.
it's just it defames the character of, you know, the military.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
You know,
makes everybody in the
stinks how
military
one
look bad.
person can ruin an organization's reputation. Like, you know.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and a lot of people don't believe that there are bad people in the military.
Yeah.
You know, there are rapists, there are pedophiles, there's murderers, there's
Yeah.
whatever's in society is in the military as well.
Something
Yeah.
at Fort Hood though, it ain't right, man. It's
Something
always
ain't
Fort
right
Hood.
there. Yeah.
It's got some bad juju over it, and
I
there's
mean-
always something going down
But
there.
you
It ain't
know,
the first time something
That's the
happened.
same place where the women were disappearing and they're finding them dead.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
what the heck
Yeah.
is going on there?
that's the same place where that years back it was a
shooting?
Middle Eastern guy.
Yeah.
He was like a major,
Yeah.
and then he was like Al Qaeda or one of the extremist groups, and boom, went in there and shot up.
Yeah. You
Is
haven't
he
heard
still
about him in
alive?
a while.
Is he
He
still
is.
Yeah, he's in prison.
Still
Oh,
in
he is?
prison. Yeah.
Good. I hope
It's
they don't-
terrible.
See, that's where I think the firing squad is a good. like.
Yeah,
Option.
capital punishment.
If
Especially
I
for
were
military people.
if I were ever on death row, I think I would want firing squad. Just get it over with.
Yeah,
Shoot me in the head. I don't know
Yeah.
about choking. I don't know.
Oh.
Anyways,
kind of grim here.
Yeah.
that turned.
Yeah.
That
So
went dark quick.
so that I wanted to bring that up because
Wow.
that's a big deal. So
That is a huge deal.
I hope that they get to the bottom of that and they fix that because that's sad.
I hope it was just him.
I hope it was just him too.
And you know, it's
Because
but,
if that becomes like a cover up scandal,
Yeah.
that would be so sad.
you know, and
So
the thing
sad.
is when you go to an OB, a male OB, a lot of times there's a female nurse in the room.
You would think that would be procedure.
It usually, well, I know in the when I was on active duty, and this was back in the 80s, it was.
Should be.
But
Yeah,
most
that's
of the
very
O-
weird.
But I actually was lucky enough to see a female OB, so
Okay.
so that was fine. But that's a rarity in itself, right there. But yeah, they usually have a woman in there with you. So I would hope that if his nurse or nurse practitioner or whatever they use knew about it, I would hope she didn't.
Yeah.
You know,
Right. That's wild how
Yeah.
that kind of. Well, we're coming down to the wire. So, what do you got? What do you got, Steve? Anything else?
Did we give that? Did we give the phone number for the bus trip? Who to call?
I think I put it out.
Did you?
But you
Okay.
can put it out again. Ain't no worries.
Well, I thought I had it.
We hopped on late, so I think we got an extra minute or two here. But that, yeah. Colonel Arthurine said that she filled that bus up
yeah.
last year.
Good.
Yeah, a whole bunch of.
Yeah, I'll get to
she's
go this year,
really
so
huge
I'm
in
excited.
the veterans community, and we appreciate you.
Okay,
Colonel.
I found it. So if you want to go on a bus trip, call Kelly Bridges at 219-313-3934. And then it's a $10 deposit to reserve your bus seat.
Okay.
Kelly
Yeah.
Bridges does a great job with the local veterans community.
Mhm.
Always setting stuff up.
Yes.
Yeah, love that.
She has done a lot.
Yes.
for
Yeah,
veterans.
She does.
Santos does a lot. It's
Yeah.
just,
Yeah.
I really enjoy our local Lake County.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's a lot of activity for us to go to.
They do a lot, and it's great to see what Mervan started with the whether it's the Veterans Victory Ride or
Yeah.
the bus to the Legislative Day,
Mm-hmm.
that's being carried on. I'm kind of worried about that when he left, you know,
Yeah.
but I'm glad to see that is being carried
Yeah.
on, you know. So, you know, when I was running for office, they let me hold a fundraiser in the park and didn't charge me.
Oh,
You know,
nice.
being a veteran.
Nice.
So I was like,
Nice.
that's cool.
Would you run for office in Hammond?
No,
Huh?
I ran against Pete Wiskoski.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Old Pete?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Pistol
We'll
Pete.
talk about that later.
All right.
Are you sure? Because that sounds good.
Oh, yeah.
Is that a pitch to enter again? Is
No.
it? Okay.
You should dare change
Our
in the
very-
district.
our
Why
very own
not?
No, that
Veterans
didn't
Views?
pass.
Oh, it didn't pass?
Did not pass.
We could have our very own Veterans Views
Oh.
co-host as a local
Right?
local congresswoman. I'd vote for you.
I'd vote for you.
Well, that's two. You know, without getting into voting, it's the problem in Indiana is we have straight party voting. You go in and you push one button
yeah,
and
and
vote
you
for
can't
everybody in
vote
that
for
party.
multiple.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
that is kind of annoying.
That as I ran as a libertarian, and as a libertarian, we tried to get that out of committee so we could vote again, get it rid of it.
Yeah.
But of course, the Republicans and the Democrats are not going to let that happen.
No, they
you
don't.
know.
Yeah.
And traditionally, in states that have that, the voting numbers, the voting totals are way down. There's only I
Really?
think there's only 6 or 7 states left that have that,
Oh wow.
and yeah, their voting totals are way down. So, but anyway.
Okay.
All right. Well, that is it for the show today because I got to get running out of here. But thanks, everybody, for listening to Veterans Views. We'll be on again next week, and we'll have some great topics to talk about. We want you to call in and share your Veterans Views with us.
Absolutely.
And we all have the volunteer service mentality here because we're all veterans,
Yep.
and we do this show on our own accord. We love to come here and have fun, but we want you callers to call in and have fun with us and talk to us and maybe even get into a little bit of, what's going on in the world. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
That's
we
it for
don't
the
we
show.
don't all have to agree, but we can have an adult conversation.
Absolutely.
You know?
Love it.
All right.
Absolutely.
Hoorah.
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 Hoorah. Good night, Chesty, wherever you are.